This was super fun, and I thought it would be a great first YouTube video. This is my best friend Jamie and my fiance James, and they're getting fantasy color done today, which is one of my favorite things to do. And here I am lightening Jamie's roots first. I'm using the Nova lightener from Masters of Balayage. I'm taking their certification course, and they talk about it all the time, and it really is amazing lightener. It's funny though, it has this little bit of like a funfetti effect. Do you see the blue and pink little dots in there? I think that's part of the toner. It came out perfect, so that didn't affect anything. I think it just kind of helps. And it is a beautiful blonde color, but we wanted to go a little icier for Jamie. Now James is all blonde and ready for his colors. We're doing the Lovesick, Hot Wire, Burnout, and Ray Gun. We're doing the burnout at the root. I'm doing the smallest amount I possibly can, like 1/4 inch of root for him, because I want to have enough room to see those other colors, the yellow, the peach, and the pinkish. Here I am tightening up those sides. I didn't take too much off the length because I wanted to keep as much color as I could. Here I am toning Jamie because I did want that icy blonde that's going to have that contrast against the rainbow. Our inspiration picture, which I'm going to show in a couple seconds here, that had black hair, so we wanted to have like as white a blonde as we could for like a similar idea. These are the Punk's Not Dead foils. I am so excited that I finally have a project worthy of them. I've had them probably for like 3 months. Look at that's what the actual foil looks like. It's like a collage and has Betty Page on it. Okay, here is James's after. I like it. You can definitely see the different tones. In the future, I would probably take bigger sections so that you can see them more. Now, here's the inspiration picture. If I had kind of ended the colors with the layers, then I would have had more of that effect. And I was kind of back and forth on it, and I'm so glad that I did what I did. And I did each color on each section. Like every color was on each section. So it wasn't like the shorter hairs were just purple and blue because they didn't reach down to the original pink. And I think it has a really cool effect because it's almost like when people do like the fox tips or something like that. And here I am painting very, very carefully. You don't want to do too much blending. It can get so muddy, and I was really happy with how not muddy it got. That's like the worst thing that can happen, and it stayed really good. I used, of course, ice cold water to rinse it out, but definitely being careful, and I love to use the plastic. The plastic is great for separating. You can see the color too, where foil, it would have been too hard. The foil was just for her little visor to protect her face. Now here's the blowout, and you're starting to see a little bit of the pink tips there at different levels. I love it, and I used like a royal blue, and I also used an electric blue. So it looks like there's kind of just one blue there, but there's 2 different ones, and I think that blends the greens so nicely. And here it is. So see that white blonde peeking out underneath, and like all the pink tips. I love that the tips are so pink. Look, and then when she lifts it up and lets it fall, then you can really see the layers and the definition. I love that. I'm so glad that I chose to do that and had the ends different colors. Happy too, because I had wondered how they did the fox tips, and now I feel like I have some insight on that. Before we've done, almost the opposite, kind of like the inverse of that, where she was mostly blonde and then she had little pops of rainbow underneath. And that was very much like the inspiration. That's why that one didn't get a video, because it looked almost exactly like the inspiration photo, which was great. I was happy that it came out. But this one, I feel like I haven't really seen anything like this before. We're calling it heat map hair because it does kind of look like a heat map. And there's my fiance saying she's got a little blue on the ends. I think that's left over from her old rainbow. If that's an issue, then you could always lighten that out. But see, it's got a really nice tone to that blonde, and you could definitely see the difference between the blonde and the rainbow, of course. I love this where she's just moving naturally, because you could really see how the hair is going to move when she's walking around and living her life. Look at that. I love that. I love the pink on the ends. And that deep blue with the root. I think for the root, purple and blue are always the best because they're cooler colors, so they're always going to appear darker no matter what. And here she is ready to go out and stun. Thank you so much for watching.